Today we'll look at properties of exponents. In general, you don't have to memorize exponent rules, you just need to remember what exponents mean. Let's do some examples. Notice we have a product of two numbers with the same base of 2. So simplifying this expression, we just need to understand what the exponent means. And here we have simplified the expression. Similar example. Again, notice we just need to understand that this is a product of numbers with the same base but different exponents. And understanding what the exponents are is all we need to know in order to simplify this expression. So now we notice a pattern that a product of numbers with the same base but different exponents just means we can total or add the exponents. A couple more examples of simplifying expressions with exponents. Notice in this example and the previous one, I rearranged the numbers and variables to make it easier to simplify. And done. Here are some to try. Now let's look at the power rule for exponents. In this example, we see that 2 is to the third power. So just knowing what that means to write 2 to the third power 3 times. And we see that there is a pattern when you have a power raised to another power. And that pattern is multiplying the exponents. Next example. Very similar to the previous one. We see a power to another power, and we know that we can write x to the fifth power 5 times. And again, verifying the pattern that when you have a power to a power, you can multiply the exponents. And that is the power rule for exponents. A few more examples of the power rule for exponents. The next exponent rule is products to powers. Just like the previous examples, we just need to understand how to read the expression. In this example, we see a product raised to a power, so we can rewrite it in standard form. Then we can simply simplify the expression a bit more using exponent notation. Next example is very similar. We see that there is a product raised to a power, and we rewrite it in expanded form to see the pattern. And here we notice the pattern of when we see a product to a power. The pattern is just distributing the exponents. So the general rule for products to powers is just distributing the exponent. A couple more examples using the product to powers rule. A couple more examples and some try these problems using the product to powers rule. Next, we look at the quotient rule for exponents. Like all the other examples we've done, we just need to know how to read the expression. So expanding the numerator and denominator to see the pattern. And now we can see that some 3's cancel out. And we simplify. Next example. Expanding the top and bottom to see the pattern again. Crossing out some x's, and we simplify. So now it's pretty easy to see that when we have a quotient with the same base with different powers, we can simplify them by subtracting their exponents. Some more examples. Here are a few problems to try. Now let's look at the quotient to a power rule for exponents. Expanding the expression to see a pattern. Then simplifying the expression. Next example, expanding the expression again to verify a pattern for quotients to a power. Simplifying the expression. We should notice now that when we see a quotient to a power, the pattern is just distributing the exponents. A couple of examples and then some try these problems.